But me personally, I'd rather have the energy for the gym than have the energy for sex. You know, that's just me. I love the gym. It's as simple as that. You know, sex I can go with it for the rest of my life if need be. If I could just have great gym sessions and get myself feeling better about myself inside and get to a point where I look, for me, really good.
Don't you wanna learn to deal with fear? Don't you wanna take the wheel and steer? Don't you wait another minute here? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Hello guys, I'm sat now outside the Belmont surgery again. It's time for me first, basically, I've got a review of whether this TRT treatment is working or not. I'm a bit sort of in anticipation of this to find out, is it working, is it not working? Because I think half of us hopes it's not, because by about week 7 or 8 of having had the injection, like after having had the injection, I start to feel myself going back into a bit of a slump. And to have the injections only every 12 weeks, by week 12 I'm back to being as bad as what I was, feeling really low, no energy, can't be bothered with anything. But I'll go into that more in detail once I find out the results of this thingy, because obviously I know then I need to work out what the hell I'm going to do next. So the appointment's in about 20 minutes or so. So as you can see, I'm the type of person that likes to be early. I don't like being late for anything. It's one of my pet peeves, that is lateness. I think it's very, very tardy to be late. So I'm going to sit here for a few, sort of gather myself, and then we'll go through and see what he has to say. And then, like I say, here's hoping that it comes back as low and that they've got to sort something else out, maybe give us the injections more regular or whatever it is, I don't know, up the dosage, I don't know what he'll suggest, if anything, because it's obviously it's not a cheap thing to get done, you know, it's costing the government fucking millions every year for guys of my age and above, and some below. I mean, I don't even know how long I've been suffering with it for. It's only recently that I've sort of started putting two and two together. Yeah, I've never changed much in freaking years and years and years of lifting. You know, it's got a bit fatter now and again, slimmed down a little bit, but not with great success. And even this time round, you've seen us, you know, a year and a half on, and my success hasn't been amazing. Most people can do it in 20 odd weeks or so and be in great shape. I'm a year and a half on of like watching what I eat and what have you, and I'm still not in the best shape of my life. So and that's all to do with my testosterone being low. You know, it does have a major league effect on you, and it can affect more than just that. You know, it can affect every aspect of your life. So we'll go in, we'll see what he's got to say, and then I'll come out, probably drive home first, and then give you an update, let you know what's been said and what the next course of action could well be. Anyway guys, fingers crossed for us, please. Okay guys, so I'm back now from speaking to the doctor. And I suppose before getting to what the results are, I should tell you what I was alluding to in the first part, which was how sort of I started to feel. Now, when you first get the injection, it's great. You're sort of within literally a space of maybe a day or two, you start to feel a lift, you start to feel a buzz, you start to feel a lift in energy. Your whole system starts to feel really good. You know, you have a lift. You're no longer feeling as depressed or as down as what you were. Your energy levels start to literally sort of spike and go up through the roof and everything. You feel good. Your lifting sort of become really good. And by about week 7 to 8ish, I start to feel that's just a slight decline. I can start to feel it. I can sort of feel the energy begin to dwindle. The workouts just begin to sort of edge off a bit. By about week 9, 10, I'm really starting to feel the effects of it wearing off. You know, or it feels like it's wearing off. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to dip lower and lower. The energy levels aren't there anymore. I feel shattered all the time. So lethargic, it's unbelievable. I can't get myself motivated. You hit week 12, which is when you're due for the injection again, and I'm literally sort of down, and I'm almost sort of going back towards where I was hitting rock bottom of where I was before I started taking the injections. You know, it becomes that friggin' bad for us. Now, I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but that's how I was getting. It was getting to that stage that I felt like crap. You know, my whole system was drained, and it was like I was back to the old me. I just felt crappy, and I just had no energy. I didn't want to do anything. I could barely lift myself out of bed. I would go and train, and my training sessions were shit. You know, and it feels so bad. And then you'll get the injection at week 12, or it was 13 for me this time because I was away, and boom, you start to hit that thing again, and I'm already finding the workouts are getting better. I feel stronger, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. So obviously, I spoke to the doctor today, and basically, yeah, my levels are going up, which is great news. Absolutely fantastic news that they are going up. He says that dip, he says it's something that they'll keep an eye on now with us, because if it is a case of that I'm dipping by about week 10, he can bring the injections forward to week 10 and give us them basically just as I'm going to hit that dip, which would be great news for us. So he wants to keep an eye on that for the next few injections that I have, and see if I still have that, and I'm starting to have that dip by week 10 or 11. If I am, he can bring the injections forward for us to sort of see if we can counterbalance that. But the great news is that the testosterone levels are going up, and the better news is that he says the free roaming testosterone, which is the main one they want to see going up, has increased, and it's increased really well. He says in that 24-week period that I've been taking this for, which is roughly about 6 months, it's went from just over 100, I think it was 110, 120, something like that, to now at 270. So that's a good increase, you know. It's a really good increase, and he's happy as Larry with that. He says it's a good way to go. This is only literally sort of 24 weeks into it, and he says that it takes a while to build up in the system to get that thing, which is what it's now doing. It's starting to build up, and it's starting to get the free roaming ones, which is basically like my own testosterone is sort of now storing itself up and reproducing it a bit better than what it was, which is absolutely fantastic news. It is really great to know. And he says it can take up to a year to have enough sort of built up and thingy in there that it'll carry us through, so that I won't have any dip. You know, and that these levels will stay absolutely bang on. So I suppose in that respect, it's good news. I've just got to now hope that we can figure out, or if it is a thing where I just need a bit more of a build up before I'll sort of level out and I won't have that dip at 12 weeks, or whether it is going to be a case of bringing it forward. The faster we find that out, the better it will be for me at the end of the day, because obviously now I've got to go sort of 11 more weeks, I think it is now, before I have another injection. And obviously by week 8 or 9 I'm going to be starting to probably feel it, unless of course I can say that this is going to have like built us up a bit more, because this injection, this sort of test that he'd done this time round was at week 11 when they tested it this time round. So just, you know, it's fingers crossed that this carries on going the way it's going, the way it has been going, and that we'll see the benefits of it, we'll see the changes, you know, because there is nothing worse than feeling the way I was feeling, and it's nothing worse than having a thing where you can actually feel pretty good, you can feel fairly strong, you have better energy levels, you feel thingy, for that to start to dwindle and to wane away and to feel it good. It's probably a worse feeling than actually it had been gone for a long period of time, like it had been before I started on the injections, you know. It had been gone for a long time and I was just dwindling through life. Now I've had that thingy of feeling the up, and now I'll have a crash, and then I'll feel the up, and I'll have a crash, and that's probably harder to go through than if you just had a crash and you're staying there and you've levelled out. So this one's tougher to go through because of having them highs and then having a crash and low, especially when you're feeling good about your training and it's starting to grow well, you're feeling like you're getting somewhere, even though the body isn't really changing as much as what I'd like it to. That hopefully will come once it's built up in your system for a bit longer. Because the hard thing is to be working out the way I do, to train as hard as what I do when I can train really hard. Because even when I'm at my low energy levels and not really wanting to train, not really thinking, I still go in and I still fucking work out as hard as I possibly can. It's just not as hard or as good as what I can when you feel at a high. I can take pre-workouts when I'm at my lowest thing and it still does bugger all for us. I still don't feel like I'm getting anything from it. It's one of those things. It's just your own internal system is the best thing you've got, and when it's down, and that's it. It's almost like my body's just shutting itself down just to try and stay alive and survive. And it knows that it's gonna be pushed hard through a workout. It just tries to get through the fucker as best it can. Then when I'm on my highs, it's like, yes, let's go for it, let's do this, fucking, let's hit it hard, let's go for it, and it feels so amazingly different. Now one of the questions you might be asking, because obviously this is sort of part and parcel of what it is yeah, libido levels. Have I noticed any sort of an increase in your libido levels? For me personally, guys, no, I haven't. I still don't feel like I want sex all the time, or I even want sex at all. That hasn't changed at all for me. But that's just me. And I've been like that for a long time, that I haven't really been that bothered about it. I think because most of the time I use up all my energy on the gym. That's where my energy lies. I use up all my energy in the gym. The type of job I do is a hard taskmaster of a job. I'm the postman. I'm on my feet from the moment I start work till the moment I finish work. I'm on the streets, walking on the streets for 4.5 to 5 hours a day, and that's going to go up soon because they're wanting to take me out on the streets for longer again. Which is going to be an absolute killer. Because already I'm literally getting home from work, I'm absolutely knackered. I'm having something to eat to try and boost my energies up enough so that when I can go to the gym I can get a workout in. I do an 1.5 to 2 hour workout, slogging myself to bits. By the time I get home from that, I can't be bothered with anything. But all I want to do is really have something else to eat, sit and play on my PS4 for a little bit, watch a bit of TV, and go to bed. Now you got to think as well that with my job, okay, I'm literally up at 4:45 in the morning. I'm up at 4:45. I don't go to bed till 10:30, 11 o'clock. That leaves me very little time in bed to sleep to regain my strength or anything. So the last thing I told my mate when I go to bed is to bring me worried about having sex. I'm just too thingy. For other guys, maybe it'll raise your libido magnificently. It could well do that for you. I'm not going to say it doesn't work for that, because I honestly wouldn't know. I'm just one guy, and I've got a totally different outlook on life. So for me personally, the libido level hasn't changed. Do I get horny? Yes, usually at the most inopportune moments. And I just, even if I wanted to, I couldn't do fuck all about it. I couldn't do anything, because it'd be in the most stupid of times where I'll possibly get some sort of feeling of wanting it, or some sort of sexual thingy going on. I just can't do anything. And by the time it gets to a point where I might even consider doing something, it's already gone. It's already gone. It's long gone. It's been suppressed because I've had to suppress it, and it's gone. It's disappeared. And I'm just like, no, I'm too wrecked. I'm too knackered. I just want to go to bed, get to sleep. So for me, guys, nah, the libido level hasn't increased that. Whether it will in the future as this thing builds up, who's to say? Who's to say what will happen? But for right now, nah, there's no change in that. I'm still not bothered with sex at all. I'd much rather go and have a good, and this is just me personally, guys. It's nothing against me wife. My wife's a wonderful person, but me personally, I'd rather have the energy for the gym than have the energy for sex. That's just me. I love the gym. It's as simple as that. sex I can gamble with for the rest of my life if need be, if I could just have great gym sessions and get myself feeling better about myself inside and get to a point where I'll look, for me, really good and perhaps have a bit more growth again. So that's where we're at, guys. Thanks very much for watching, those that have. I'll put a link in the description to show some of the side effects of low testosterone, so you maybe can have a look for yourselves to make sure to keep an eye on yourselves. Yeah, because don't think for 1 second this is an old man's disease, because it's not. I've probably been suffering this since my late 20s, early 30s, and just didn't even know it because I didn't know what the symptoms were. I didn't know what I was looking for. So yeah, guys, doesn't matter what age you are, look out for some of the symptoms that will be listed in the description box. I'll put a website link up that will show some of them if I remember. If not, you can easily look it up. Just put in low testosterone. There's plenty of websites out there that will tell you exactly what you're looking out for, and just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it, guys. And if you do feel if you do see a few of the side effects in the ring or a belt to you, it's not going to harm you. Don't be embarrassed to go to the freaking doctor and say, look, is it possible that you're having a testosterone test done? Even if you've got to end up saying, look, I want to pay for it to get it done, I need to know. Because the last thing you want to do is get to the point where I was at, which was I became really fucking low. I put on a lot of bloody body weight to try. I'm really struggling like hell to shift, especially around my midriff. This is the my midriff now is the worst part of us to try and shift this from. It's not shifting. And it's all because of this low testosterone. And obviously this is obviously where I must store it anyway. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say, if you've made it this far through, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope it's been at least a little bit informative for you. And I look forward to talking to you again. Look forward to seeing you in any other videos that I do. If you want to comment, by all means comment, and I'll try and answer any questions you might have, or at least link you in the right direction if I can. Anyway, guys, cheers. This is the Bearded Wolf. I'm out, guys.
Bad wolf, the big bad wolf.